silence heavier, as if the forest itself held its breath. Against their better judgment, curiosity overcame fear, and they approached the cabin. The door creaked open on rusty hinges, revealing a darkness that seemed to swallow their flashlights' beams. Inside, the air was thick with dust and decay, the floor strewn with forgotten belongings, a child's toy, a torn photograph, a rusty knife. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as she noticed a peculiar stain on the floor, dark and glistening in the dim light. Her friends exchanged nervous glances, the unease palpable now. They were about to turn back when a voice, a low, guttural whisper, echoed through the cabin, chilling them to the bone. "Welcome." They froze, their flashlights flickering in the sudden breeze that swept through the cabin. The voice seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere, surrounding them with its eerie presence. Panic set in as they realized they were not alone. In the corner, obscured by shadows, stood a figure, a man dressed in tattered clothes, his face hidden beneath a worn mask. His eyes gleamed with an unsettling intensity as he stepped forward, revealing a cruel smile that sent shivers down their spines. "We've been expecting you," he murmured, his voice a haunting melody that echoed through the cabin. Sarah's friends backed away, their fear palpable as they searched for an escape. But the man moved with an unnatural grace, blocking their path. With each step, he spoke of the forest's secrets, the souls lost to its darkness, the whispers that haunted its depths. His words painted a picture of unspeakable horrors, of lives cut short and forgotten, of a legacy born of blood and madness. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as she realized the truth. The man before them was not just a stranger, but a predator, a hunter who stalked his prey in the guise of shadows. His mask concealed a face twisted by years of solitude and obsession, his hands stained with the sins of the past. As he advanced, Sarah's mind raced with fragments of stories, the missing children, the unanswered cries in the night, the fear that gripped the town. She knew then that they had stumbled upon something darker than they could have imagined, a nightmare woven into the fabric of the Whispering Woods. In a desperate bid for survival, Sarah's instincts took over. With a sudden burst of courage, she lunged for the door, her friends close behind. They ran blindly through the forest, their hearts pounding in sync with the echoes of their footsteps. Branches clawed at their clothes, roots threatened to trip them, but they pressed on, driven by fear and adrenaline. Behind them, the man's laughter echoed through the trees, a haunting melody that followed them like a specter, a reminder of the darkness that lurked just beyond the light. They dared not look back, for fear of what they might see. Hours later, they stumbled out of the Whispering Woods, breathless and shaken, but alive. They never spoke of what they had encountered that night, the horrors that lurked in the shadows, but Sarah knew that the Whispering Woods held secrets that could never be forgotten. A darkness that whispered of unspeakable evil, of a serial killer who hunted in the silence, waiting for his next victims. And as the years passed, the tales grew darker, the whispers louder, until the Whispering Woods became more than just a place. It became a legend, a warning to those who dared to tread its haunted paths. But Sarah knew the truth. The darkness was real, and it hungered for more than just fear. It hungered for souls lost to its depths, for lives torn apart by a legacy born of blood and madness.